cannot believe this is working. Gaming is a big passion of mine outside family life. I'm following Tesla daily. And this leads me to an all-important question. Can you play console-style games on your Tesla Model Y or Tesla Model 3? It's an interesting question, particularly if you call yourself a gamer and you own a Tesla too. And it seems so wrong, but admit it, you've probably thought this too. So I'm going to answer this question at hand here, and I think I can get this working via a relatively simple method too. And to do this, you will need a compatible gaming controller. Jowua, they kindly provided me with 2 of these, for which I'll go into detail on why this is my wireless controller of choice that I keep in the car over my other choices, being one of these. But more importantly, how can you win yourself a controller and other Jowua accessories just by doing what you love? Yes, it's all through testing your gaming skills. Essentially, if you class yourself as a king or queen of Tesla's beach buggy racing game, you downright want to hear how you can win up to $500 worth of Jowua credit just by having the fastest time within the competition. Sounds pretty easy, right? Therefore, if you're looking to upgrade your gaming experience in your Tesla, whether that's to pass the time, supercharging, keeping the kids busy for a while, or if you just want to avoid the wife for a small period of time, I'll show you how you can get potentially console style gaming in your Tesla Model Y or Tesla Model 3. Plus, I'll be showing you what I think is probably the all-round gaming controller to have on the go and why that is. And of course, how you can get yourself one by winning it, or how you can get your hands on one immediately. Hopefully, I've now set the scene for the remainder of the video, but before I kickstart the video, I appreciate if you could just give the video a cheeky like, subscribe if you haven't already, do hit that notification bell for me, as it really does help me out. Right, let's get into this bad boy. So before we test Tesla gaming to its limits and beyond the native game library via the Tesla Arcade, to get the best gaming limits, you're going to need a compatible gaming controller, and you can use PlayStation or Xbox controllers. And I mean, previously I did use a Stadia controller with my Tesla Model 3, but that's now gathering dust, let's be honest. But keeping a controller of this magnitude is excessive for its requirements, as you might actually want to use this on your home gaming console or PC for a start. And compared to a dedicated Jowua controller, you can see that these are pretty chunky for this particular usage case of gaming on the go. And that's because gaming sessions within a Tesla, they will be frequent in sessions, but just limited in length. Therefore, you just want a controller that's, it's easy to store. You can pick it up, connect it easy, it's comfortable to hold, and you can charge it easy for the next sessions. And that's what I think makes this controller a success. As part of Jowua's offering, they also then throw in a USB adapter, free micro SD card for Sentry mode recording, USB converter, a USB adapter for use on a PC, and a charging cable should you want it. But frankly, using these on the wireless Tesla charging pad is what separates these controllers from all the other alternatives. So these controllers, they can connect wirelessly or via the provided USB dongle to get it working with the dongle. To do that, you need to use the USB adapter provided, and you put that in the glove box USB, as this is the only data USB slot in the car. You can still use your Tesla provided USB for Sentry mode and dashcam in this adapter, and you have extra USB slots, and you even have the additional memory stick that Jowua provides you for additional dashcam / Sentry mode footage. Pretty much a no-brainer. Once this is in, you're then good to sync with the dongle plugged in. It really is that easy. The controller itself, it's lightweight. It's got a funky design around the face buttons that's quite nice, quite unique. And the triggers, they're pretty reassuring to use. And when you're done gaming, all you need to do, stick it back in the glove box and you're done. And it fits both controllers too. So these really are win-win. You can buy one controller or you can buy a 2-pack. There's a link in the video description for which I can get you 5% off your total 2. Alternatively, if you are a true gamer, there's a more exhilarating way to get your hands on one of these controllers. If you want a claim to fame, you should consider competing against me and others in the prestigious Tesla Jowua Cup. But hurry, the competition only lasts until the 31st of October, so this opportunity won't last long. In a nutshell, the goal is simple. Via the Tesla Arcade, you need to get the quickest time on the beach buggy racing game on the first map with the 2 default characters. I'll put a link to the rules if you're going to consider entering It's free and it certainly ticks the competitive gaming box for me. And if I'm honest, I think I'm missing a trick here, as I'm currently out of the top 10 times, as I've only managed to get a 154. But I'm hoping to have the last laugh and get myself into the top 10. It's not just first place that's going to get a prize though. I'll pop a screenshot of the rewards that you can get just by entering. And frankly, with or without this controller being provided to me, I think it's an awesome initiative to bag yourself some free credits from one of Tesla's leading third-party accessory providers. I don't know any others that do it. So connect your controllers, or better yet, grab a Jowua one if you don't have one, and then set the times. If I get any better than 154, I'll pop it in the comments below, and let me know your times in the comment section below too. You should submit your official time to Jowua's website. You only have to upload I think it's a 5-second clip of it to their website. Literally took me less than a minute with my Banker app. But moving on to the main course of the video, let's talk about turning your Tesla into a potential gaming console machine. Is it possible? Let's find out. Well, back in my Tesla Model 3, I successfully got Counter-Strike and games like Hitman running on my Tesla Model 3 with the Intel Atom processor. Was it a silky smooth experience? No, unfortunately there was input lag. However, with this Tesla Model Y, and for pretty much every Tesla for the last 2 or 3 years, we'll have a new and improved onboard AMD computer, which should be capable of handling the requirements a little bit better now. Now, beyond Tesla's arcade setup, there is no app store, etc. to buy and install games. They just literally come and go via Tesla's official software updates. So how can we play console games on a Tesla then? Well, the way that I achieved this before was by using streaming services, and at the time I used the now defunct Google Stadia, for which you had to use this controller. But since then, we now have a number of alternatives. We have Xbox Cloud Gaming, we've got PlayStation Now, Amazon Luna, and Nvidia's Geforce Now, for which will be the service that I will be trying today. I literally set up my Nvidia account just prior to the video via my computer, so I have no idea on how this will perform from this point onwards. So to start this journey, we do need to log on to Nvidia's service by using Tesla's internet browser. So literally, we're not modding the car in any way to do this. We shouldn't have to, because it's all literally streamed over the internet via the web browser. So in terms of how simple things can be, this is probably the most simplistic way of dealing with this. Depending on the success of this video, if the demand is there, do let me know if you want me to try the other gaming streaming services that I mentioned earlier in the comment section below. Right, let's see if we can get this started then. Okay, this Nvidia GeForce Now did not go to plan. It simply wasn't a supported browser. It was just a shame really, because it had a massive catalogue of different games like Cyberpunk, which would have been really interesting to play in a Tesla, but there we go. But we're not stopping there. There's other streaming services which we're going to test next. Okay. After that temporary blip, we've now logged into Luna, which is a service provided by Amazon. I do have Prime, so I'm wondering if that helps get access to it. Like I say, all this is completely off script. I have never played any games on Amazon Luna. I don't know what to expect. Let's try Fortnite. Everyone knows Fortnite, okay? If I can get this working, my son will go absolutely crazy. Okay, great news. I managed to get my Epic account. It's all linked up. Let's give it a try. Again, it says that it could include, low performance. It's not fully supported, but we're going to try it anyway. Okay, guys, I've managed to get Battle Royale working via Amazon Luna. Put it in a full screen experience. Obviously, the buttons are a little bit different, but let's give this a try just to see what it is. Obviously, Crazy Red Alert Blue is going to be quite a performance-intensive game, just because it's an online multiplayer game. Let's just see how this works. Okay. Do you know what? This ain't bad. Not perfect. Don't get me wrong, I won't want to do a complete session on this, but if I wanted just to keep the kids happy, but unless it is working, just so you know that I'm not faking this or anything, this... Is it possible to play console card games? Yes. The sound is pretty messed up, but I can't believe I'm getting actually to play Fortnite in this game. On this Tesla. It's crazy. And like this controller, it works. Okay, let me see if I can get into a better game. Then we'll see if we can try a different game. I've never played this Lego Fortnite. I've seen my son play it a couple of times, but let's give it a try. Literally Fortnite in your Tesla. It still seems pretty wild to me how this even works. Once this is loading, I'll show you a little bit more of the controller. Like I say, it's nice and comfy. Triggers are quite nice. Fabric on the top here. Oh, we're in. I hope my son don't mind, because this is literally his build. I'm guessing it is anyway. I'm in fly mode. But literally, man, this whole thing works. Like, I'm not going to pretend I know how to do everything on this game. This doesn't really seem that... There's not that much input like on this. Like, this is pretty much playable. Yeah, I'd say 100%. This Lego Fortnite, this is playable. I'd play this. Well, I wouldn't. I'd get my son to play it, but I think he'd be very happy with this indeed. Let's see if we can find something else that will work. So that is confirmed. Fortnite can work in your Tesla via Amazon Luna. Though you will need a good connection. I'm obviously streaming from my phone, which seems to be better than my own Wi-Fi, which is pretty funny. Harvest Monster, never heard of it, but let's give it a try. I mean, so far on the startup, doesn't appear to be any lag at all. From being completely honest, the sound, if you can hear that, is hit and miss. Dude, just let me play. So as you can see, roller controlling around, it's working pretty fine, to be honest. And I think playing the other games, there definitely does seem to be a difference between well, it's all driven mainly by internet. If you've got a good internet connection, you're going to have a much better experience. This seems to be pretty smooth when I'm on this now. This game just seems boring as hell though to me. Man, I don't want to play this game anymore. Let's see if we can try one more game. Okay, let's try xDefiant. Last game. This game may take 1 to 2 minutes to complete. Okay, it's probably because it's the first boot up of it. For those of you who have not played this game before, it's a free first-person shooter. Again, not the most optimal game. I think the best thing to do is probably if I could get the 7-day free trial, test out some of the single-player games. I think they will perform a lot better. But essentially, if you've got a good internet connection, that's going to mean the world of good for this service and other services, I think, working well. In terms of the controller input, etc., and the synchronization, it's working beautifully. If this works, I'll be really impressed. Holy smokes, this looks pretty good. Okay, let's just do this bit, because this actually is not going to be too intensive, I'm hoping. I've never actually played the practice zone before. I didn't even know that it was even on the game. But this seems pretty smooth. Again, obviously, we're using the controller for all of this. Obviously, the loading, all these screens aren't lagging at all, which is pretty fire. Oh my. Okay, the sound isn't perfect. But proof of concept, this thing works, man. Okay, the sound is well out of sync. But this works, man. This is a first-person shooter that's on consoles right now. I mean, I'm lost for words, man. This works. Just so you can see the input lags. It's everything's working as intended. Like, I mean, if Tesla did some optimization on sort of these things, even talked to one of these streaming providers, I'm sure they could get something worked up pretty good. The potential is really there. You can really see it with these kind of things. Let's see if we can get into a quick multiplayer game. This obviously is a multiplayer game. Again, the single player games will perform a lot better. But, I mean, dude, like, I'm playing against PC players here and stuff, so I'm not expecting there to be wonders here. Personally, if I was optimizing this, I'd want a better sensitivity on this, but that's all in the game settings, which I'm not doing. Oh, he smoked me. But you can see this, man. This works. I keep saying it. Oh, smoke. Oh, he smoked me. But, man, the thing works, man. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap this up. This is going to be a perfect time to wrap this up. So, I mean, there we have it, guys. Can you play console-like games on your Tesla Model 3 and why? Yes. Can you play them comfortably with a good internet connection? If you have a good internet connection, you're going to get a pretty decent experience, let's be honest. The controller works flawlessly. There was nothing I had to do in settings or anything for it to sync up properly. All I had to do was make sure that it was connected to the car. That's all you had to do. And you may have heard me say it before, playing a single base player game where it's not really performance intensive, you'll even get a better experience then, even if your internet connection is, like I say, not the best. If you're out and about, probably best using 5G. The best performance I got was using 5G because my home Wi-Fi is dog water, should we say. And then the question becomes, well, should you play these type of games in your car? And I think there are certain scenarios where you may want to. For example, I mentioned my son loves playing Fortnite. If there's something where he's playing up or whatever, and there is a reason where I can just get him to calm down for 10-15 minutes that we need, then having it beat up in here, just having him play the Lego Fortnite might be enough to just make him happy for the next 10-15 minutes, just as we're doing some errands or something. Just simply link it up to the data roaming, and we can be away. And that's the thing about it. You're not going to be using gaming in a Tesla frequently. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is, if you need to have it in your arsenal for some reason, maybe your supercharging experience is taking a bit longer and you just want to play something beyond the Tesla arcade, then, these type of services, they're going to fulfill that. Particularly if you've even got, like, say, Amazon Luna, or you've got better games in there than what I had just from the 3 access via Amazon Prime. So having the access to the games, I think, is the biggest thing. And depending on how well this video does, I might actually try using the Amazon Luna free trial and trying some more intensive games, them single player games, and seeing what the result is. But, this controller, it works flawlessly. The system, obviously with optimizations, we could get it in a sweet spot, but I don't think Tesla are really that bothered about it just yet. But when it comes to Robotaxi, these things they're going to start thinking about, is it better to stream these high-powered intensive games, or is it better to have a half-decent native game installed onto the Tesla? So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. But I think there is definitely a path that Tesla could use here in achieving some great console-like experience. So if you want to get your hands on these controller, guys, there is a link in the description. If you want to enter the Jowua Cup, highly recommend it. For now, I won't be playing that Amazon Luna. I will be trying to beat my time of 1:54. The goal is to try and get it into the 1:30s. I think the people that are in the lead right now are in the 1:30s, so that is the benchmark for you guys too. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. If you haven't already, please do like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Do share the video with any family or friends that may find it beneficial. You folks have been great, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.